welcome back to the channel. Oh, I thought about doing a little report to show you guys how are things. First, on my last two finished builds, and then on the two current builds, the class of 57. First of all, I think like everybody, I added some detail to both 56 Fords I just finished building, and I'm gonna show you guys those details. This one is the last one I built, the Street Racer 56, and the detail I added on this car is quite obvious. I just added those little moon wheel covers that are from this very kit that I thought would be nice, would look super nice, and I glued these four hubcaps with white glue, so I can just unstick them with a little water if I want to. And also added this little sun tack decal, because the car has this sun tack on the dash, and this decal is also from this kit. And the black Ford, the black 56, I added another detail that are the stock bumper guards. Front and rear. So the car now has the bumper guards it didn't have before. And I also eliminated the little spot here on the bumpers, both front and rear, where the bumper attaches to the spruce, with a little sanding and placing some foil over the area. Here you can see the foil joint, but it's not pronunciated at all, and it makes the car look so much better without that little detail here that was a dead giveaway. It was a model on any pictures. Now to the new builds. Here we have the 57 Chevy Cameo cab, all in primer. It's all sanded, it's very smooth and rear ready to paint. This here on the back, it had a separate panel that, even though it will be hiding behind the bed, you will still be able to see it from below. So I did a little body work here, used a little putty, and it's a lot better now than it was before. Also, the bed is now primered, and I achieved what I wanted. I sent away all glue joints. Now the bed looks more like it should, and it's ready for the white paint. This is only primer. other parts that are in primer are the tailgate, the firewall, and the visor. The visor, I forgot, had some ejector pin markings here on the back, and I fixed it. They will no longer show, but I still have to reshot the primer here, as this part will be painted with black automotive paint, and bare plastic can be attacked by the automotive paint even if you take a lot of care, so I always use this primer. Okay, we also have the Ford here, all in primer. It's ready for the white paint. I had to do some considerable body work on this Ford. We had some pretty ugly ejector pin markings here on the underside of the rear splash pan. Also, I had some sink marks around the doors. Both doors had sink marks. They don't have any more. I eliminated that indentation that shows you where to cut the hood, and it still shows a little through the primer because this primer is very thin, so it won't affect detail, but once painted it will disappear completely. And I used some plastic filler to reconstruct this nervure here on the back of the hood. This is structural reinforcement that is actually a separate stamped part on the real car. And it won't be perfect, of course, but it's better than showing that big thing. Another thing I did on this kit was to add this body line here that is actually a body part separation, that the front fender can be unbolted, and the kit didn't have it. I added here, and here on the other side I had to scribe them. Let's see if she will focus now. She's not happy. Well, and we have this marking also here, so the front fender can be unbolted. Of course not in the model, but on the real car. I also did a little finessing on this little designed stamped trim on top of the fenders, and this stamped trim here is not here to make the fender beautiful, but it's here to make the fender more resistant to being popped in by mechanics that put their little bellies here to deal with the engine. So it has a structural function. It was not very well done, because there is a mold line running on top of it, and only if you carefully sand the mold line you can have this stamped steel trim here looking correct. I also added the inscribed on the front of the fenders for the separate part that is the front headlight cover. Here and here. Well, like you can see, I'm just about to shoot the white paint on this beauty and on this beauty, and I'm really enjoying building two cars at once. I did it before, but I had forgotten how fun it is. For the guys that want to know what primer I'm using this here. It's Lux Color Spray Premium, and here it's written Luminosa. That means luminescent paint. And this paint, this primer, is supposed to be used to protect plastic and even styrofoam from the luminescent paint Lux Color this company has, and can be, where is that? Here. Aplicável sobre isopor. It means I can shoot this straight over styrofoam and it won't hurt it a bit. So it doesn't hurt it, the plastic bodies a bit, and it is a great primer surfacer on the same level as the AMT primer surfacer, I think, and it's a lot cheaper. Well guys, stay tuned and bye bye.